Hi everyone, it's Sam from Sitemate. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the hardware that you'll want to invest in if you plan on using Dashpivot on a portable device, such as a phone or a tablet. Dashpivot is available on both iOS and Android, so it means that you can download the Dashpivot app for free on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. It runs on phones and on tablets. It works great on the phone if you're taking lots of photos, filling out forms. The app works great on the phone. The tablet, because it's got a bit more screen real estate, it does lend itself quite well to some of the more complex documents, things like method statements and inspection test plans, where a lot of information is typically displayed in quite a large table. I'll show you what I mean. I've actually got an inspection test plan, an ITP, open here, and we have this table here, which is quite typical of an ITP, where you have actually quite a large number of columns. Each column might have some signatures or some attachments involved in each, and typically you'll have several of these tables actually inside of the document. So as you can see, we can actually see quite a lot on the screen. You can get by on the phone as well. It just means that you have to do a little bit more scrolling, sort of side to side. But otherwise, it works just fine. Just a quick note about Microsoft Surface Pros. These are often marketed as tablets, but they run, like Windows 10. They run a desktop operating system, which means that you can't install the Dashpivot app, the native app, onto these devices. You have to access Dashpivot through a browser. The disadvantage here is that you've got no offline mode, there's no autosave, and you can't access the camera and other native functions that are built into the Android and iOS app. But if you already have a Surface Pro tablet, or that's what you'll be using to run Dashpivot, we recommend running it through Google Chrome as the browser of choice. So just keep that in mind. In terms of brands, we recommend sticking with the well-known trusted brands like Apple and Samsung. These companies typically produce devices that are of quite a high quality. They're reliable, they're stable, they perform really well, and they're well supported. And compatibility is not really an issue. There are some brands to be aware of that have known compatibility issues with Dashpivot, so just watch out for those. And the device age does matter. Older devices might not be supported or might not be supported sooner. So if the average lifetime of a device might be 3 to 5 years, if you buy a device that's already 3 or 4 years old, you might only get a year or two before they're no longer supported and they can't run the latest operating systems and hence can't run the latest apps. So we typically recommend investing in new devices. They have better performance, better battery, they're more compatible. So yeah, if you can, try and purchase a device that's less than 2 years old as a rule of thumb. The other thing to keep in mind when making a purchasing decision is considering the quality of the cameras on these devices. There is quite a lot of range in terms of the quality of the cameras that are out there on devices. So if you plan on taking a lot of photos with the Dashpivot app, you'll want to make sure that you get a device with a decent camera. Selfie cameras are also quite useful if you plan on using the QR scan-on process to sign workers on, as depicted in this picture here. Because if you plan to mount it to the wall or onto a stand, being able to flip the camera around so that it's easier to sort of show the device to the tablet or to the phone is quite useful. And last but not least, just thinking about the environments where you'll be using your portable device. You want to make sure that you get a high quality case for your phone or your tablet. You wouldn't want to drop it and accidentally put a crack in it or leave some scratches on it. You'll want to also make sure that you get a screen protector for the same reason. You just want to prevent damage to the device and ensure that you'll be able to use it for a long time. So that concludes this video. I hope it's been useful. And if you have any questions, you can always reach our team via live chat on the website or via the app. And thanks for watching.